All right, welcome everybody to another episode of the MTF The Clip podcast, the EOTC. My name's Cams and I'm here with the Heart of West Auckland with the brothers in the house, Eddie and Leti. What's up, my usos?
What's up, usos?
Usos.
Yeah, man, good to be back here on the weekend, on a long weekend, actually. It's Auckland anniversary tomorrow. I'm sure you guys got plans with families, but before we get into, well, how's our week been? Let's get into some shout-outs. Let's go, Eddie.
Yo, my shout outs to Coach Alton and the Westside Fitness boxing crew, my Liston brothers, my siblings. Special shout out to just the teachers in general. I heard some of the teachers having a conversation about going back to school. So shout out to all the teachers, even the students, social workers, youth workers, getting back to another year. I think they're all starting back on Tuesday, whenever. So special shout out to all those people, man. That's me. How about you, Let's?
Oh, my shout outs, let's get that. Shout outs to the Team FT participants. Shout outs to Alves, you, Eddie, also Miggy, and to Mr. Ciolalo himself, Costa. Enjoying the post, man. It's motivating. It's one of those help me, push you, push me sort of things. It's good to see everyone's on the FT buzz. Another shout out to my top of dollar. I know he's been watching because I've been seeing some of his Instagram stories. And another one's to my Nani. So I put his son over in Brizzy. Fixing a nice uniform. Hope everything goes well this season. Which knew all the better in the last of the season. And then another shout out to my trainer Lotto over in Brizzy. As well, his boys. I think he's fishing for a club. So can't wait to see that guy break out into the league team. And then my last one to my sister Anita. Just turned, I don't know how old her birthday was yesterday or 2 days ago. 2 days ago. So happy birthday to her. And my last one's to one of the to Ty to Light over in Melbourne. Thanks for tuning in, Docs. And yeah, like I said, man, press it on the page. That wraps up my shout outs.
Yo, just want to shout out to all the listeners of the WesWes Network and everyone that tunes in to the podcast, the MTF The Clip podcast. We've got a Facebook page, so jump on there. MTF The Clip Facebook page. If you want to find all our other podcasts, you can jump on our website, www.weswesnet.com. You can find all our blogs there and the links to everything we put out there of our podcasts and stuff. And yeah, man, check out our YouTube channel for all our content on there, all our videos in there, the WesWes Network. Thanks, boys. Yeah, man, how's your week been? Let's go, Eddie.
Man, week's been pretty simple. Just try to be on the fitness buzz. Work's been crazy, so it's just super long hours and just kind of chilling with the boys online. Trying to play a bit of Call of Duty with my two boys Sam and LJ, but man, kids now, bro, we're just getting smacked left, right, and center. But yeah, no, just good to chill with people. Have a few chats with mum and whatnot, just chilling. But yeah, just been an easy week, simple week. How about you, Let's?
Man, the week's been tough, eh? Productively, I've probably been doing a lot just in the shed, man. Yeah, trying to get it watertight and then moving stuff around. It's amazing, man, because I forgot when I got a new rust ladder on the garage that the old lock was still on the old door, and it's been Jake's dog kennel / tool shed. Yeah, I managed to actually take it off and put it onto my son's room because my son just had a deadbolt and just a bit of steel pipe blocking the door. But yeah, I had to use my my patience and my my DIY handy lady styles, man. So the piece that needs to go into the door is like it's like a real fine, like square bit. Couldn't find one, man. Got thousands of little fittings, but yeah, I finally found one. And yeah, but it was maybe too short to fit into the impact drill or into the drill, so I had to use it into a handheld screwdriver bit. But it needed a magnetic connection, man. Just finding that connection in like amongst all the tools I got, so it made my day, man. But then I had to try and fit it to the door. So different story, man. So I ended up like taking like 4 hours to drill a couple of holes and get the, you know how you can put the door handle on, but it's the other thing to make it function and work. Man, 4 hours it took me yesterday to do it. Proud man, because now it locks.
Nice.
All the door locksmiths, all these guys who fit that sort of shit day in, day out, man. I got mad respect for you guys, man, because bro, the guy I remember when he fitted on the door took him like 10 minutes and he had to drill new holes. But he obviously has the same precise tools to do that sort of work, you know what I mean? But fuck, I tried to put it on yesterday, bro, and it was pissing down. So yeah, I just did that, and yeah, just trying to fit in the walk. Hey, the walking's tough for me, because yeah, man, it's like, it feels like I'm recovering every day, or maybe that's just me still making excuses to not get up and walk. Hey, but yeah, like trying to get past the mental stage of like your feet aren't sore. It's quite tough, man. But it's not until I see a post on the Etsy page that I'm like, fuck that. I gotta get up and do something here. So nah, mad love to the guys on the page, like just posting, man. Even if it's like quiet achievers, there's no such thing as a quiet achiever, man. Just fucking post and share the world. Everyone, we're on that world now, you know what I mean? So I just find it yeah, it's refreshing when I see the bros pushing play. Makes me want to get up, makes me feel bad. But now, yeah, been trying to eat right. The fasting's helping, but yeah, it's just the time that you're eating, you know. So try not to have a quick munch when I wake up first thing in the morning. So just, oh shit, it's still on fasting time. So got another 6 hours to go. So nah, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, that's been me this week. How about you, Camps?
Man, I had a bit of a anxiety, beginning of the week, because I got some car problems, and like, so first of all, my driver's side window it's broken, so it won't go back up, but it's down like it's down inside the car door, so it can't even go up now, right? So I gotta get that fixed. So I got a price, right, and it's like $800 to replace the switch and the regulator that brings the window up. But then also I need to get my car together a run of fitness too, so that was extra. So then I was in the dilemma of, okay, if these costs jump to like close to $2,000, then fuck, I'm gonna buy a new car. You know, because it's not worth it, right? Because how you do the exercise is that you find out how much your car's worth, and if you have to pay repairs, if ever you pay repairs and it comes close to half what the car's worth now, then you may as well just look at buying a new car, right? So I was in that sort of situation at the beginning of the week. So I was like, damn. So I got the cost of the window, $800, and then I was like, oh shit, now I'm gonna go get a run of fitness, and then I know there's gonna be a list of stuff to fix. How much is that gonna cost, right? So I did the exercise of going on Trade Me, going on the cars, typing the year of my car, typing the model and make of my car, and seeing how much it's going for. And it's about average $5,000, So that gives me an idea of how much the car's worth right now. $5,000, right? So I'm like, okay, sweet. And there's like 12 of my car out there in the whole of New Zealand getting sold for between $3,000 and $7,000, but the average is out to be, well, to be accurate, 4.8. So I was crossing my fingers, waiting for my car to get a warrant of fitness, seeing how much it's gonna cost. But then I got it priced up, and it was only $300. So all the repairs will come to $1,100. You know, my car's worth 4.8, and my repairs just over $1,000. You know, it's getting close, but it feels like I can fix it up for just over $1,000 and stick with it for another year. I think I got a year left in it. But no, it's like an interesting thing. Yeah, interesting exercise to do, because I think when everyone comes to that point of their car, you know, you got to have these decisions to make. But man, it's not cheap, It's expensive. It's expensive exercise, and you know, when you're waiting on prices to come back, and you're waiting on the costs, and waiting on the effects it might have when you have no car, or you know, your car's getting fixed. That's when anxiety kicks in there, because you don't even know what's going on. But then when you do get the numbers all in, then you can make your decision. And yeah, it's just, I went through that, and I was like, shit, man, this is like too much. I need another holiday. So I have to deal with that. I have to deal with going back to work, and still got my list of things to do that I haven't even ticked off because, when I was saying, like, I'm like, I'll get back in the routine and then I'll start doing stuff again, right? But what happens when you come home and you're tired from work? It's like, fuck. Energy levels are pretty low, man. Energy levels are pretty low. But
You're talking to the master of that.
but yeah, man, just the same old shit, boys. Same old shit. 2025. Give me something, man. Give me something. But nah, that's me. That's me. Okay. First topic. So, you guys happy? Donald Trump's back over in the USA. Man, I was cracking up at all the antics over there. What does the guy think he is? He's like a superstar. What? It's like he's gonna turn his presidency into like a reality TV show.
Bro, I give him props, bro. He did have the original singer from the Village People singing YMCA. Like you can't throw shade on the dude, bro. Even his little Siva fight, that's like, bro, it's pretty iconic now, man. Because he's in. I mean,
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. Eh? Like you saw what he did. Like it's all theatrics, right?
Yeah.
So he gets in. The first thing he does, he goes to his office and gets all the cameras in there, and he gets the guy to bring down all the like executive orders, and they're all in these black big folders, and all it is him signing each one of them off, right? And then he's like showing his signature to the cameras, and to top it all off, he's got the pens that he's signing with. He goes up to the crowds and throws it to the crowds like he's a rock star throwing his underwear to the girls in the crowd, man. And the crowd's like grabbing those pens. Man, I've never seen anything like that before, man. It's crack up.
Yeah, he's like a president, like performing outside of the social norms of what a president should act like. But man, like I don't agree with all the stuff he's signing, but like the old like moral compass, like man, he's trying to bring America back to the simple days, like man, the military being like deployed to like the border, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I just cracking up at the whole situation. Like he's being transparent. We all want our politicians to be transparent, but he's transparent on another level way. It's almost borderline stupidity. Like there's a shot where he's sitting on his desk, and he's talking about what he thinks. He's like talking like he's thinking out loud, right?
yeah.
He's talking about Putin. He's talking about those situations. Like these are stuff we do behind closed doors, right? But he's not. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's different. I haven't seen that before. I don't know any professional sort of person would tend to have the media show his work like every day. So what's he gonna do? He's gonna have like a Instagram guy following him every day.
Yeah, I think it's all got to do with propaganda. America's all about propaganda and setting your image, and that's what he's done, man. Ever since the assassination attempt, he's got that bad boy tag with him now. So like they've tried to shoot him, and like I think he's trying to bring himself to the level of everyday American. Like he wants to be that guy that wants to fight the power as well. He pardoned all the rioters and all that, like people that were like breaking through the Capitol building. Like man, like he's trying to build that base there. Like even some of his executive orders like speak a lot to like the average community. Like one of them is like he's putting tariffs on trade, so import versus local. So tariffs are basically taxes for imported goods that encourages like local people to buy local. So let's say a TV costs $600 in America, made in America, you'll pay $600 for it. But let's say the same TV is available from China, same quality, same everything, and you bought it from China for like $550 or $500. The tariffs are gonna whack it up to like $800. So you're like, oh, should I buy overseas? No, I'll buy local. So that's one of his things. So it's all about the local Americans, like all the businesses and whatnot. he's kind of put a stop to the LGBTQ. He's like stopping the federal promotion of anything of that. He's doing like he's telling all federal departments that they're gonna stop getting funding if they do the diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility. Um, he's gonna do domestic production of energy. So all these oil fields in America have never been touched. A lot of off-seas American oil rigs, their production levels are quite low because they're trying to do the whole like clean green energy, but it's expensive. So his executive orders are going to allow more drilling, more oil processing locally, so they don't have to rely on Saudi or any external countries for oil and energy. And one of the most controversial ones he signed off with his executive orders is the birthright citizenship. Immigrants that were crossing the border illegally were having kids in America. So if you're born in America, you're a citizen. So they call it anchor babies. So all of this is like, it's all these issues that are quite popular. Like it's all over the news and everything. And he's picking these, not because I think he supports it personally, but he's picked it because like everyone talks about it. And like you guys were saying, like he's running it like a TV show. It's like he's bringing the people into the White House, into everyday things that the president does. So, I mean, yeah, it does seem like transparent, but he's kind of like, he's taking us for a ride, showing us what he wants us to see. You know what I mean? Like letting us hear what he wants to hear, with the whole Putin thing. And like, to be honest, man, a lot of it's winning his way. Like it's swinging his way. He's in power now, and Hamas is releasing hostages. Israel's releasing prisoners. So it's like, man, like this guy's on a bit of a roll, eh? It's hard to stop it. Some of the stuff, you may agree, you may not agree, but you have to admit, like his PR team is just leading the way, man. But yeah, that's my 10 cents on it, man.
You made a good point about Trump and his assassination attempts, and if that changed him. Because if you look at his first term, and then now his second term now, there's a big difference already. Like his second term, the first day, he's on TV being transparent, but he's doing it his way now. It's almost like the first term was like him being new person into the White House, seeing how things get done, and then sort of him getting screwed at the end of it, because the people that he hired or people around him didn't really give him the sort of the leeway he's gotten. So now with what he's done now, it's only been a week, and he's already made all these extravagant changes. It's almost like this is Trump saying, you know what, fuck that. You stopped me before. Now this time I'm going to do it my way. Hey, that's what it feels like, and that's what we're getting. And with his theatrics, I mean, you got Snoop Dogg in there doing this thing. You got the Village people in there doing their thing. You got him dancing with his wife on stage, celebrating. All the celebrations were shown on TV. Got him. There's that one scene when he's got a sword and he's dancing with a sword, ready to cut his cake. And there's a big cake in front of him with an airplane on it, and he's dancing with a sword and he's gonna cut the cake. It's like, oh man, this guy. But yeah, I think he's got he. It looks like he thinks he knows what he's gonna do, and now he's all the chains are off, and all the people that used to be around him are not there anymore, and he's hired all these people that he trusts around him that think the same way as him, and he's got a clear idea of how his presidency should be, and like you said, Eddie, it speaks to the people, the everyday people, and that's what Manga was, eh? That's what Manga was. That's what all the supporters were. Everyone in America that were patriots, that didn't like the idea of immigrants, even though it's a sad story. We saw the shots of those immigrants getting detained in those cages, eh? Hey man,
Yeah.
On the borders. It's a sad thing, but those American citizens that support him, they're saying they're losing jobs and all that kind of stuff and all that. So, yeah, they have a right to voice their opinion, and what they see in Trump is someone that's voicing their opinions, right? So, yeah, man, it's it's a
Exactly.
weird,
Yeah.
it's a weird, thing what we've seen, and that's why I've never seen that before. No president's ever been this sort of way, and for a prestigious job like the president of the USA, like he might think he's treating it like it's a game, or it's like a it's like a toy, or it's like a traditional thing, turning into like a shit show. But it's not a shit show because it's real. It's what the people want, or what the people relate to. So
Even with all the court cases and all that stuff, it makes him more human.
hmm.
You know, he's not this clean cut white guy.
I mean,
You know,
he's the first convicted criminal to be president of the USA.
Exactly.
So what does that say? What are your thoughts, Let?
I think he's it almost feels like after seeing like how much you can see just across all the socials, even on YouTube, it's almost like he if the assassination attempt on his life happens again, at least you saw what the work he was doing. It's like straight to the point. And even if he makes all these changes, you're gonna see it because he spoke about it and it did happen. I mean, you never saw that from whenever you ever seen it. You've never seen it, eh? So I just thought it was just interesting seeing just when he was being like sworn in, just the past presidents, and just like seeing like, man, like how he's gonna come after the FBI. Like that's probably the coolest shit of it all. It's like he's almost like, I think I've watched a 30-minute snippet of him talking about his indictments and how they handled his case amongst the judges, and how he caught all the dirty judges in New York. Like, I thought that was so hilarious. But he's the most powerful man in the country now. Can you imagine how, like, whether he makes their lives hard? But it's almost like, nah, because he's pardoned so many people. It's like, I'll let you ride this time, but it's gonna be a little asterisk by your name. Like, it's like watching a movie almost. Like, but yeah, but obviously he's getting along with the right people, you know, that we need to be worried about. Like, I think the scare tactic of like of all the stuff that he said to the Biden administration, if that hasn't been started yet, before I get in, we might go to war. Like, hearing that threat, if he didn't smile, you'd believe it. Hey, but because he's smiling all the time, it's like, nah, this guy's just playing. He's just playing, like, you know. Yeah, I just found it quite hilarious. I don't know. I don't know whether it was like, fuck, it must be cool to be one of his groupies, eh? Because like obviously his son's in the limelight, but then like obviously his close team around him, like whoever he reaches out to, because obviously he would need someone to help coach him and what he's doing, even if it's his wife or someone close to him. But bro, that I think to win the youth vote in America with his son pushing it, man, that's the change, eh? And I guess documenting it, like vlogging, is the way to do it, man. And for him to be in is like, that's the only. Because otherwise, if his son wasn't there, like, bro, I don't think he would have won, eh? Like, even if he said like, this was the swing, this was the only way we're here, and it's all because of his son. And like, even like his son telling him to go on Joe Rogan, like, fuck, that's pure like ace, eh? Like, that's probably the ace up the sleeve that he pretty much played in this whole game, man. But yeah, I think it's different. Like, we haven't seen it, but I reckon it's cool though, because now you sort of have what did the other presidents do then? Like, they just sit around and do jack shit, or like obviously just, you know, carry on about their day, but shit's not getting done. But so at least we can see it. I mean, like a TV show. But no, I think if anything, I reckon change is happening, but it seems for the better. I mean, there's a lot of people giving their 5 cents about his past and that, and like why we shouldn't, or why the black people shouldn't vote him in. But I mean, remember last campaign, the blacks were saying that fucking this is the lowest unemployment's ever been, and they hardly, you know, the streets of the beaches went lined up with homeless. So, yeah, I couldn't watch more of his stuff, bro, because I just thought it was like, bro, this is the meanest thing's better than wrestling, man. But
and
I will say this though.
Yeah.
He's gonna pardon Vince McMahon. I know that much. I fucking said it on here, empty out the clip, bro. 2025, you watch, by November, Vince will be a free man. All that shit's gonna be done with.
I wouldn't be surprised. But if you remember how he won the election, he smashed Kamala Harris, and you wonder how many. You know what? That was all the working class. All the working class switching from Democrats to Republicans just to vote for him, because he was the one that's going to save everyone with the jobs and all that kind of stuff. And like, the immigration, as sad as it is, but it's taking other people's jobs, whether they're getting paid under the table or not. But that cleans that all up, right? So if you're an American citizen, you'll be happy for that to happen. If you're worried about your kids not getting jobs because an illegal immigrant is there taking that job, right? So you can see how everyone is all for him, and I just wonder how many black people voted for him this time around. There has to be heaps. I mean,
black youth was on the rise. Black males, massive.
Yeah, man. But then it's interesting all those executive orders that he was signing on TV, because it makes you wonder if any of those will go through, because it depends who's in the Congress, because at the end of the day, those executive orders will go through Congress and then they vote and then it comes back out and it will either be a go or no go. So it depends how many Republicans that agree with him in Congress are there, because there'll be Democrats in there too.
I think some of the executive orders are being done now. Like they've gone straight through. ICE had to rehire heaps more officers. And for the first time in history, migrants have been deported on military planes. So the military is in full swing. Like 15,000 active soldiers have been sent to the border already. And they're chucking barbed wire and everything there. So
there are other ones like changing the names back there, like the Gulf of Mexico changed it to the Gulf of America.
Yo.
And there was a mountain that he changed the name. There's a mountain.
Changed too.
Yeah, he changed it back.
Good on him, man.
But and I think that the latest one that came out was he's gonna release all the secret documents for JFK.
Yep.
The death of JFK, Martin Luther King, and because apparently there's a million pages. So it's like, but because it came out a few years ago, but they didn't release all of them, and there were thousands of pages not released that time because it was sensitive to some particular agencies and the government. So Trump signed an order beginning of this week to release those last pages. So, and he it was funny because he signed the thing, and then he goes give this pen to Robert Kennedy Jr. See what I mean? This guy, man, he's a crack of me.
Yeah, I bet you his son told him to say something like that.
But he's anti-government, His presidency right now is anti-government. He's into fuck shit up,
Yeah.
And all the government's going, no, you can't do that. Yes, I can. Sign it. There you go. Go do it.
Yeah, I think the two words he used for his presidency was shock and awe. Yeah. Certainly.
Wow.
Yeah, but he got the votes, man. That's it, He got the votes. I can fucking see him saying, man. I don't know shit about what it is. But I tell you what, I can make anyone come up again. It's fuck. Yeah, bro, you a gangster, cuz.
Oh,
Maybe
man.
he doesn't pardon our P. Diddy, yeah. Hope he goes to the Hip Hop Nation and asks all these guys, so what do you think we should do with this dude?
Well, that's it, He's a TV star. I mean, he's been a TV star. He's probably always wanted to be a TV star. You know, he got his show, The Apprentice, and he loved that so much, he decided, oh yeah, I'm a TV star. You know, and he had it in his mind, and now he's the president. He's bringing this TV star thing to the presidency. So, man, it's going to be a fun presidency. I think it's going to be a fun next 4 years. It's a pity he didn't get 8 years, like consecutive terms, because he has to start all over again. Whereas if he got the first term and then second term straight away, he would have carried on from the first term, not have a disruption like Biden in between to stop the things he started. So I think that's what we're seeing too. Him doing all the stuff because he needs to start all over again, and he's only got 4 years. So hopefully he's thinking, if I start shit now, things will happen in 4 years' time if it doesn't get stopped.
But to be honest, having Biden in between the two terms showed how much they wanted or needed Trump back. How much stuff was going wrong, you know.
I just wish we had someone in New Zealand voted for like Trump. Like who would that person be? Who would that person be? It would be like a Maori. Have to be. Oh yeah, and give all the land back.
So that could have been our late Efeso Collins, man. You know, he had a lot of ideas that he wanted to do, implement into government. But man, sadly he's passed,
Yeah, but that's a good point because I think there's no one in this country that would become prime minister and change things up straight away like
we're too
Trump.
polite.
Like Trump, No one's have the guts to do that,
No, we're too polite. We're too nice.
Yeah. Well, good luck, USA. We'll be watching from afar and
Watch his new wait for his latest appearance on Raw or SmackDown.
Wow, crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, another guy who likes the spotlight on TV and likes to tell all his plans to the media is Scott Robertson, like that guy. Yeah, we all know about his fucking. We need to bring Richie Mounga back, but apparently that didn't happen. Your fault, Eddie.
Oh man, you know, it goes back to the whole thing. Like your word is your bond. Richie Mounga signed a contract, 3 seasons, averaging what, 2 million a season. They said in the article. So man, you gotta stick to that contract, dudes. Family first, making money. Like All Blacks are not gonna match it. You know, it seems like a Hail Mary from Razor, because you know we've got that whole like Eden Park streak on the line with Saraka coming on September 6th. So like, man, it just seems like a Hail Mary from him. Like, we should have developed Plummer more, Petrofeta more. You know, like Barrett and McKenzie, they're on their way out. You know, we needed some young guns in there. Like, going from Moanga's kind of like soured the taste for any other first fives. You know, but yeah. My quick 10 cents on this is just he's drowning and he's looking for something to keep him afloat. You know. But you know, all blessings to the All Blacks. I hope they do well this season, but you know, when your coach is desperate to bring a guy from overseas, it's ringing alarm bells. But yeah, that's my 10 cents.
Yeah, bro. It's desperate times, desperate measures. But I can sort of almost feel like he would have told his close team, "Nah, yeah, I'll just send him a text and he'll reply. We'll get him here by the end of next season. He'll leave. For me, he will." And it's fucking. It hasn't turned out the way his plan is, you know, was set, man. So, good on Richie for staying, bro. It's like, it's not the end of the world, man. I mean, it's not even a World Cup yet next year, you know. All of this fiasco over Mounga not coming is like, fucking gives a shit. It's not even the World Cup, man. Yeah, you're right, Eddie. They had the opportunity to take some great players and make them even greater, but they didn't, you know. And I think Harry was probably the worstest to get done, like, you know, for him to even take an offer offshore, even though he was in the training squad, is what was like the salt in the wind for me. And bro, bro, didn't even like the All Blacks, bro. But all I can see is like, bro, I can see the tower falling over already, man. Because like when McDonald walked away, there was clear issues there, man. There was a reason why he walked away, man. And of him and his own friend, like, that's unheard of, bro. Like, you look at the pairings of coaches in the past, they either a couple of seasons off from each other or played together at least. And these two played together, bro. Like, there was clear only one head puncher in that crowd, man. And it's obviously he's the John Dutton of the fucking ABs, but he seems to be killing the guys that they could potentially, you know, have as at 10. I don't know. There's the guy who played in the secondary schools I think he played. He's from Nelson. I bet you he'll probably be the first 5 come next World Cup. There's a guy who's got a mullet. I didn't even know his last name, but he played schools. But I wouldn't be surprised if they fast track him. He'll be in the Crusaders in the next. He'll be starting at the Crusaders in the next 2 years, and then he'll be the Damian McKenzie of the next World Cup. But yeah, I think, yeah, man, this is the time you breathe them, eh? You don't try and pluck a guy who's already seasoned. No way. Like, take a note from everyone else that's doing that, man. It's not a World Cup year. Slowly build your team for the World Cup. I think every World Cup bar from the last one, the All Blacks was like, mate, that's good. To lose before the World Cup is good. It's a good thing, man. That's where you can rebuild. If you're on a winning streak and all you're doing is swapping good players for better players, it's not good, man. Look at Almoa. What, is he actually going to make this World Cup? He could have played for 2 other nations, man. I mean, you've heard guys like Fia Poko say it. There's no other level than the World Cup level. That's the only level you need to worry about. Get yourself to the World Cup, man. And he played in 2. So, yeah, I think Scotty's drowned there, and it doesn't look like anyone's willing to throw my life raft right now. So keep treading water, bro. As a taxpayer, I'm not happy with what the fuck you're doing with the ABs, mate. No good. That's my 5 cents.
Man, you know what this is? And I think so far, Scott Robertson's sort of 10 years All Black coach has not been too flash. If you look at the All Blacks record last year, they won 10 out of 14 games. If you look at Ian Foster's first year, he's 14 and 11. So it's pretty much the same. But if you remember why Scott Robertson became All Blacks coach, because that's what NZR wanted. He won 4 championships with the Crusaders. That's what the Cantabrians wanted, all the Canterbury fans down there. Probably what New Zealand rugby fans wanted too, because he's been successful as a Super Rugby coach. But that's the thing, man. SA levels, man. They're Super Rugby internationals, and that's the big time. And look, he's just 1 game less than Ian Foster's first year. So, but to get Mounga back from, he's only did 2 years on a 3-year deal. That season's only from December to March. He's got a long off season, so he can't play. Right, so that they're trying to get him in his off season. So if his season in Japan is from December to March, and then he comes back for July and play till probably not go on the November test, but stay and then go back to Japan for his last season. That's only a Tri-Nations run and probably the international run in July. So what's Japan gonna be scared of? Injury, right? So I think because if you read what's in the news, all parties were keen for Mounga to come back. Japan, they said, oh yeah, no, in the off season we can make a deal where he can go play for you guys. So it was all good, but the thing is the meeting ended and it was a no-go. So what happened? What I think might have happened is that Japan might have said, okay, since you're going to take our guy, we want compensation. What if he gets injured? So we've got this $2 million a year contract with him. You have to pay us maybe 500,000 or $1 million to take him back for that. Because what if he gets injured? And maybe that deal came on the table when NZR said, oh wait, that's too much money. We can't do it. And then the deal was off. So that's my thoughts. I don't know what happened. No one knows what happened. But it makes sense because if you look at Japan, those teams, they're part of a corporation, right? All those teams are backed by a corporation. I think it's Toshiba that owns the rugby team that Mounga plays for. So the corporation, business is business. You know, no one gets anything for free. So I don't know what the deal was. I don't know why it went to shit. You know, you walk in, everyone's keen, and you walk out, and nothing happens. Then something went wrong in there. Right? The details, it's in the details. But I don't think those details will get released until, I don't know, a few years' time, or when Mounga has a biography and he talks about it in there.
It was
So-
just Sopranos written all over that little segment right there. It was, I told you to shut your fucking mouth. Do not speak. Yes.
probably,
Weren't you just a driver before?
yeah, it's probably Chrissy. Yeah.
Do not say our fucking word. But the Japanese people they're playing, man. They probably walked in there and Scott's mate said, anyway, get up, let's go. You invited that guy inside.
But then it makes you think, because if Razor's been transparent to the media, and the media love it that he is transparent, but maybe too much transparent, because he's been giving us this info, his desire to want Mounga from ages, right? Yeah, we're going to have him. We're going to do some deals. We're going to get him back. And it's been in the paper for a long time. Right during the season when Barrett and Mackenzie are playing. So what does that do to the boys you have now?
Yeah.
Like you're playing, the next minute your coach wants to get someone else back because what? You're not good enough. Like what kind of message is that?
Well, they're probably passing the ball to each other. This guy, it's your uncle, fucking cunt.
And also sends a message to Toshiba because they're thinking, wait, hang on, they want him back. They want him back early. Oh, well, we're gonna do a deal with them. They're gonna do a deal with us. We're gonna do a deal with them. If you want him that bad, then this is what we want. So Razor's decision to do his fucking YouTube documentary, to be transparent in the media, to show off what his plans is, like be more engaging in the media, that backfired, man. It's backfiring. It's backfiring on him. I mean, you don't have to be like John Mitchell and do nothing. You don't have to be like that, but you don't have to give all your cards away. You don't have to show all your cards. So I think that was a detriment to that deal. Yeah, I think and it's become a whole fiasco, whole debacle, because the public is hyped up from what Scott has been saying. Like, we're gonna get Richie back early. The public's like, yeah, we should. Yeah, we're gonna get him back. Everyone's hyped up. It's building up. It's build-ups, and then next minute it's no, and then deflated, and it's like, what's gonna happen now? Got to stick to what we got.
It makes Richie look bad. You know what I mean? Silly.
But mate, not necessarily, because if what I said was true, if that's what exactly happened, it's not Richie's fault because he signed the contract. He's gone, so he's in a way, he's sticking to his contract. He's not breaking anything.
His word is his bond. Yeah,
his word is his bond. So, but there's also stuff about like, what does this mean if the deal does go through? What does that mean for the rest of the All Blacks? So we can go play on the contract and come back anytime. So like we were breaking the NZR rule of not picking overseas players anymore. I mean, you may as well.
Yeah, a players' union should actually jump on that, eh? If they're gonna offer guys like that, like getting paid over a certain threshold, or like guys in those particular positions, right? They should be pushing for it, man. Like, what's to say that I can go myself, have a sabbatical somewhere, and come back and still be for the World Cup? Because like, is it even worth it, right? If he's 30 now, wouldn't he be like 34 or like 33, 32? It's like, is it worth?
Now, yeah.
Is it worth holding on to him, like in the hope that he's gonna get the cake that he missed at the final again? Like, you don't know, So it's like,
and you're also talking about a long off season.
Yeah,
because if that competition is from December to March, then look at all that time he's not playing any rugby at all.
Yeah,
and he's going to be doing that for 3 years. So how good is he coming back?
Game here and there,
Yeah. So there's that as well. As how much game time has he got when he does come back to All Blacks? Or are they going to put him in that first 15 All Blacks team just to warm him up? I don't know. But I think Razor's scared about the Eden Park game. Yeah. Because All Blacks haven't lost there since 30 years or something?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So if we lose that... yeah.
But at the same, like, Leti touched on it briefly, is like, it's an age thing. You've only got a certain amount of years where you're at your playing best. And yet it's not just a game anymore. It's your money earner. It's for your family. You want to secure your family financially so that if you do get injured and you can't play anymore, at least you got that money in the bank. And like 2 million per season, 6 million bucks in the bank, Sole, you'll be set for life. You might as well stay there, finish your contract. And like a lot of the island players, I remember talking to one of the boys, you get benefits. You get lifetime beneficiary from Japan if you play more than 5 years. So it's financial security for your family, and like it's always happened. The All Blacks have always used the island players as tools that they use it for a short period of time and then they throw us to the side. And then there's every once in a while there are some gems, man. Moanga is a gem, and they want to bring him back for them. Not for Richie's well-being, but for
Yeah.
the All Blacks keeping that record, man. Charles Putel nailed it on the head when he signed the contract to go overseas to play for France. He said, "Look, I needed the money. I was only getting paid this much, from 200K to 2 million." Solid. Like, he had to make the choice for his family. And you know what the All Blacks said to him? They snowballed him. They snobbed him for that last year that he played, and he didn't even get any call-up for the All Blacks. So what Richie Mounga is doing, I'm all for it, bro. Like, I love the All Blacks. Don't get me wrong, I love the All Blacks, man. But sometimes you gotta like stand with 10 toes in, bro. But yeah, that's my looseful singing, man. Fuck.
So who they got? They got two experienced hybrid first five fullbacks, and McKenzie and Barrett. They got Perifetza that hasn't played much. They got and look what this deal has done, right? Because Razor has shut his mouth to the media, right?
Yeah.
Harry Plummer is leaving now because he's saying, "Oh, if my decision was made because Richie Mounga will come back and that rules me out of any contention for 10, so he's gone." So that's the consequence of Razor blabbing his mouth to the media. So it's either he's gotta just coach who he's got right in front of him, and right in front of him is the All Blacks. I mean, what more? You don't put on the black jersey if you ain't good, right? And he's got to work around that. Show your coach, show your true coach. Don't go and go, "Oh, I need my best player from my last team because I don't trust these guys." That's not good, eh? Any more on that, boys? All right, let's get into what I've been watching. What's happening on Sopranos, Eddie?
Oh man, this what you call it? Tony's sister? She's weird, bro. She's like starting to date Ralph, and then when Ralph finally separated, came to the house, she like beat him up. I was like, "Hey." Meadows, she's gone a bit crazy. She wants to go to Europe and whatnot. And Tony's wife is like looking at Furio in like weird ways. Oh, he's so gorgeous with his ponytail and whatnot. But yeah, nah, it's been good. And Christopher's missus got picked up by the FBI. So she's like, her head's spinning, eh? Like Tony came round, he's just sitting down at the bar, and she's like spinning her head there. Oh no, Tony knows. But yeah, so I'm nearly at the end of season 4, so nearly there. Just taking my time. Yeah, what about you guys?
Man, I started watching. What did I start watching? I just been watching my same stuff, bro. My YouTube. But I started following this guy, something Harris, bro, and just old podcasts as well. I watched what's her name, the blogger on Nick and Nate. Lisa Versicala. That was a good pod.
She's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that pod. Whoever's stitching that up, bro, they need to learn how to stitch, bro. Cams, you need to take them for a lesson, bro. They keep stitching up this stuff that she's saying, but like there's one gem on it, bro, and I recorded it. I was gonna show it to the chat, but I forgot to put it up. But I think they're talking about I think Nixon says something like when he went away, like about the newspaper articles and that, whether they've been in the paper or not. Nate said, "No, I haven't." next thing he said, I didn't. He goes, probably the funniest one is the picture of Nate wearing a turtleneck and starts cracking up. And then Lisa says, what, did you think was going to reduce your sentence? Fuck. Bro, that was our jam, eh? Why they haven't stitched that up, Bulls? I have no idea, man. But that's probably, like of the ones that I've seen, that's probably like their best one. Like, to be honest, like that was like wholesome, genuine questions were coming out. And you know, when you have like, there's no awkwardness with the person being interviewed because she's so bubbly, but especially because she's pretty humble as well, eh? I watched that episode and then I got into like compare that one to the Sialala Mapusu one. Like I'm hate to appreciate it, these guys, man, but like energy is different, eh? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, who didn't eat their Weetabix this morning? That's what I felt like, man. So it's like, I don't know, man. Different ends of the scales. You know, it's no sort of like consistent. Yeah, bro. Still watching a lot of actually I've been watching a lot of 50 Cent reels, man. And just like how genuinely caring he is. I think a lot of people didn't realize like behind the persona and all of that is like a guy who really cared for his artist there. I've just been trying to find like little hacks, like gardening hacks and stuff. Like just with I've been doing a lot of cleaning around the house, so I've been like, man, surely there's an easier way to do things, like, you know, apart from those. Oh, that's what I've been doing. Like, if you type in garage and like Renos, there's a whole algorithm of different Renos that come up. But I'm trying to find one that suits me. Like, I want a workspace / gym. But there's a lot of shit ones. But I come across one guy who he ended up giving you all the measurements of the low poppers and stuff. This cracked me up, bro, because I've watched a lot, right? So if you get a cutlass, you need to put the cutlass somewhere, keep it, start drilling it. And what's funny is that he was putting it onto the side. You know, if you were to drive into a garage, there'll be the driver's door, right? Outside. Where you can just get out to, you know, kick out of the door and hop out. But because it's American cars, it's on the left-hand side, right? So it'll be the passenger side. Usually you would let the passenger out before you drive the car all the way in. Your workbench would be on the right side of the garage. What cracked me up was I was watching this guy assemble it, and he's doing it with no music, or like with the music, and he's just watching him put it together. In my mind, I was thinking, did he measure the bench? Because the door is like a lift door. It's not a tilt, like a. Sure enough, Sally, as you get throughout the whole video, fucking then he says, small disclaimer, I had to undo the screws, but he started with the right side first. He had to undo the screws and give me the board back because he couldn't open the door. For fuck's sake, man. See, I've been watching a lot of videos like that, like, and get to the comments. I always get to the comments first and see whether the video is worth watching. But now, yeah, I've just been, just trying to find some little gardening hacks for around the house, man. Because but nothing exciting, eh? Like nothing exciting as The Sopranos, bro. Like there's nothing else on Netflix I could watch.
Forget about it.
But you, Camps, what you been? Anything exciting?
So I went to the movies yesterday, and I watched A Complete Unknown. It's a movie about the life of, or the starting of Bob Dylan. So it stars Timothy Chalamet, who played Wonka. He's also the main actor on Doom. But oh man, I loved it. It's a good movie. Eh? If you're a fan of Bob Dylan and his music, or if you know his history, like he's considered one of the iconic American songwriters and rock stars, and he's been around since 1961. So the movie actually covers only 4 years of his life, from 1961 to 1965, and it's probably the most important time of his life because it's about how he became a superstar in the folk music genre, and that was all in New York, right? And then at his height of his fame in the folk music, he changes to electric. So he changes to rock and roll, and it sort of angers the fans, and he sort of becomes outcast. But it actually makes him even more famous. Yeah, it's about that. It's just that time, and it's just about his rise. It's good. Have you guys watched Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash movie with
yeah. Bits and pieces.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yep.
So the people that made that movie made this movie.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's really well done. And being in the movie theater, like the sound system, mate. If you're gonna watch a movie about a recording artist, you gotta watch it at the movies, man, because you get the full sound, and it's awesome, mate. It's awesome. And I came out of the film learning about being a recording artist. Like, you gotta stay true to the art form. You gotta make music the way you want to make music. You don't want to listen. You don't listen. You don't even really listen to the fans. You don't listen to the record label, and you don't listen to anyone else, and you just make the music you want to make. And that's what Bob Dylan was. He was a guy that he got famous from a particular sort of genre, and he evolved. He changed. People didn't like it, but he just went ahead, and he just became even more famous. So he's sort of like a guy that's like, he doesn't get put into a box. It's a really good film. It's nominated for Best Picture and the Oscars. So yeah, it's got a good chance of winning. Eh?
Yo.
Sweet boys, come to Fia Poko of the Week. What have you got for us, Nets?
Man, again, man, my algorithm, it's like when it comes up, it's like, did you get the one? It's from Hawaii and blanks, and I've told it, man, we're clever like that, and it's a black influencer. She's obviously making herself a meal at home, but she's obviously live and she's reading the blanks. She's reading the comments as they come up. And she's obviously asked, like, is there anything that people might suggest that might go good with my meal? And man, whoever the guy commented, man, what's this guy's name, bro? Sorry, shout out to that guy in the comments. V-Royce. So shout out to the Gamma V-Royce for the... Yeah, but that's masterpiece, eh?
Molly with some roasted bolos, but I did make...
She couldn't find the molly than the roasted bolos at the shop, so she just decided to use salt.
I couldn't find molly with some roasted bolos, but I did make...
Come on, V-Royce here.
Not the bolos.
And this one I found on Instagram, and it's a group of Filipinos trying to find the game or play a game, and it's rearranging the sentences, and it's like, but when I said this, but when I used to work in my last job, like I imagine one of the sisters trying to read this with their Filipino like Tagalog accents, and the word is, I think it's she for make who apai did. So it would have.
She make a pie.
Who did she make the pie for? Would have been the word. But listen to
Who
these.
make a pie? Did she make a pie for who? Did she make a pie for who?
Who make a pie? She did for. Who make a pie? She did for.
Who make a pie? She did for.
She for make who a pie did. We make a pie.
Make a pie.
She make a pie.
It's the
wait,
confidence with the
make a
fingers
pie.
for me. Sorry. I swear, man, why this comes up on my algorithm. Another one is like, I thought it was like a life hack, man, and it's from a J McClum, and it's a chick showing us how you put the sausage into the bread. Like when I first saw it, I was thinking, is this a life hack or is it? But she's obviously talking about how all this time, like, people serving hot dogs have been doing us like wrong, like doing us dirty. So she tries to do it herself. Now she's showing us how to do it. And I was just blown away, man. Like, that's Fia Poko on the next level.
I'm using a brat today. Based off of what I looked up online, these can be used in here, but as you can see, it does not fit. So I'm going to show you how to fix that problem. First, cut your brat up until, or hot dog, up into little pieces. Like that big. I have my individual pieces of brat now. I'm going to show you how it goes in the hot dog bun and how it can fit. So it goes like this way. and you're just gonna place them like so. And if you might have some left over. So there you have it. I'd suggest eating
My
What the hell?
my brain hurts after seeing that. Now, if
I
you thought that couldn't get worse, I want you to check this out. There's a chick, she's standing at a press conference, and she's telling everyone to spell eagle, like assuming like she's gonna be everyone spell eagles, E-A-G, bro. And listen to how she spells eagles, bro. Come on, you cannot make this shit up, man. And this is from the Philadelphia Eagles Instagram page on
E-S, Eagles! Let's go, Birds! Let me hear you all say E-L-G-S-E-S, Eagles! Let's go, Birds!
yeah, I'll check it over to you guys, man. You pick one because that is
Nah, it's the cutting up the sausage, bro. You know, that's my industry. I work in there, bro. What the hell are you doing, man? Just lay it down flat. Suddenly, that's that one lady that never got invited to any barbecue.
hard. Eh?
Hey, you should invite Sarah. Nah. She's weird, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for the girl that can't spell eagles. Cause that looks more legit than the. I think the girl with the hot dog. You can't. Man, I'm sure you can't be that dumb, but I might be wrong.
Don't assume.
But you know the one when the black lady's doing the showing gets the message from the Instagram.
The bully and the bolos.
The Molly and the
Molly?
Bolos. The Molly and the
Bolos?
Bolos. That's like a practical joke thing, right? And that's like trying to play on their accent. But it's sort of like what, because I when I was a kid at the video store, and this is stupid. What I found funny was to go ask at the counter like a made up name of a film just for them to type it up and say, "Oh no, we don't have it."
Mate, if I had $1 for every time I used to go into the Domino's Pizza Runway, you know, the one across from the BP there on Mahini Road. If I had $1 for every time I went in there and looked up at the names and they go, "Can I have a name?" And you see Pukio, Muli, Kaimoa. Every time, bro, I'd go there on a Saturday or a Sunday just to get pizza. Bro, and I'd always see kids waiting and then to see the names and then it's like pizza for Pukio. Fuck. Give me dead, bro. They have
Right.
no idea, right?
I swear, I remember looking into the Western Leader when it was big, and I remember they were interviewing people around Henderson about like the new roadworks, and a guy said, "Oh, as long as it doesn't disrupt the peak hour traffic, it should be alright." And his name was Polo Gao Gao. So, and I swear the guy, I think he was from Waitak, bro. Like I've seen him around there for a crack up.
So boys, Eddie, can you do our short headlines?
So short headlines this week. Teen wins $18,000 payout after employer's intense rant and contract disputes. Police filmed around the country doing U-turns, almost causing accidents. Auckland man loses $50,000 from online romance. 80-year-old woman was assaulted during a home invasion in West Auckland, Delwood Ave. A child was unfortunately hit in a driveway at Allen Avenue and has been taken to Starship Hospital. And large water drain damaged in West Auckland, affecting 60 to 80,000 West Aucklanders. So that's our local news. Sick.
Yo.
Yeah, that water one's pretty bad, eh? I've seen WesWes offering free showers and come and get your free water.
Oh, yeah.
The WesWes, yeah. All the people affected, all the houses and that.
It was a main birthday, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys. We have a dumb kind of the week. Eh? I think you got one. Let's.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it. Yeah, man, this is I don't know if you can call it it's a video. It's a Instagram one. are you able to pull it up on screen?
Yeah. Which one is it?
I've titled it Ae Sole Soia. I couldn't find the other one.
Yeah.
Why would he do that, man? KFC, KFC is meant to be enjoyed by people, man, like more than one, right? Not just one person. Who does that?
Oh man.
Also, if you can play there's one more underneath it, and it's a dude, okay? And this is the whole anxiety thing about when I go through drive-thrus. There's one just below it I posted, and it's a guy who goes through the drive-thru for his mums. I wanted to. This is the first equal one for me because this is how I felt when I watched it.
Hello? Yes. One triple cheeseburger combo. Large. With Coke. With Coke.
Can I have some steamed booty?
Some steamed booty. Steamed booty. Or steamed bun.
This is mum. I'm gonna tell you now. Uppercut yourself for doing that to your mum, G. Because when your mum's gone from now, you're gonna hate yourself for it.
And putting it on social media like that.
Put it on social media like that. But I mean, two side by side. That's what I think. That guy doing that to his mum, and then that dude doing that to his missus. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. I did a prank on my mom last week, eh? I said to my mom, they want you on the podcast to tell your chop suey recipe. And she goes, no, I can't. I said, there's 50,000 people. They want to know your chop suey and your okra recipe. She goes, no, I can't do it.
Oh, man. That's loyal, G. That's loyal, man.
I was like, Mom, they'll give you money. She's like, no, I can't. No, she was cracking up, eh? She's like, no, I can't.
We got a we got this new segment called the Karen of the Week, and we have one for if it's a male, and we decided the male Karen name will be the Baron of the Week. So Baron rhymes with Karen, so the Baron will be the male version. But no, the story came up on the paper. So I think it's called something called Splashland. It's a teenage concert that happens, I think, down the line somewhere. But anyway, Savage was performing, and he performed one of his songs, and a group of girls came up on stage. So there was apparently a parent father in the crowd, and he noticed the songs or the lyrics of the songs. The song to what Savage was singing was pretty raunchy and inappropriate to those teenage girls that were on stage, dancing on stage with him. And so they reported it to the Herald. But seems like a fair assumption that this person is a Baron. I don't know if it's a big deal or what, but apparently it was. Your thoughts, guys?
Well, first of all, it's one thing to not be invited onto the stage, even though you might have a crowd with you. But was he that guy sitting there watching the kids get up and dance all raunchy? Because it's a concert, right? Everyone's dancing. Sometimes people don't even listen to the lyrics of songs, they just get up and dance. But surely you didn't just go there just to particularly listen to that one segment of the song where it got raunchy and the girls were dancing. Like, who's he to say under 12s, like, questionable if you know you got music artists who are going to be singing profanity in their songs. But yeah, bro, that is the dude's white, eh? He's got a hairy chest and probably wears glasses and rugby boots and rugby shorts and pushes the lawnmower in his jandals. Surely not.
If anything, the cops should be looking at him.
Bro, hard, eh? Hey, but that's got Baron written all over it. Even when I was reading that piece, I was like, what the shut up. Man. Nah, yeah, bro. I don't know, bro. Sometimes you question why you even go to the concert for. What did he go to the concert for? What a Baron, bro.
What a Baron.
That's
what
it.
A Baron.
It's a concert. Like, yeah.
You had another story, Alex. Was it about those guys that were drinking at the?
Yeah, man. Oh, so this, yeah, just like in context, the guy. So you go out with a group of friends and you fall heavily drunk because someone's put out a bong. So the three of us are all enjoying each other's company. So they just walk down by the hot pool. So these three guys go for a walk down by the hot pools. It's time to go home. Well, hold on, it's time to go. But I look behind me and one of the boys is in there. Or it was like Kim must have stepped into the hot pool. Now these hot pools obviously gets to 85 degrees, 90 degrees. It's acidic, and it's obviously got that hot pool smell. But me and Eddie decided to leave and not ring, not to call for help or anything. Now there's a real article that happened, man. There's a guy who died, 26 years old. He's gone out with his friends. The missus actually dropped him off to an ATM to draw some money. And now they're stuck like, okay, so where's my husband? Where's my partner? He's obviously died. But it's not that. It's the fact that the police, the New Zealand police, have obviously taken these statements and then someone's written this article and the guy's not here anymore. Now, the question I wanted to put to you was, should those guys get in trouble for their actions? Even though the three of them were under the influence of alcohol and marijuana?
I definitely feel that marijuana would have affected the decision making and reaction time too.
Because clearly a sign that said you do not enter, but the three of us decided to break that law, that, and we all went down there and started doing it, which is like what these guys did, right?
Yeah, because you only got the word of those two guys. Because you never know. You don't know what happened. Either they had a fight, argument, they pushed them over. Like, that could be a possibility. I'm not saying it happened, but that could be a possibility. No one knows. No one knows what happened. You got the word of those two guys, but all three of them were drunk and intoxicated. They did, in fact, leave and came back later before they called the cops. So, whether being intoxicated, you lose your judgment on what to do that's right at the time. That probably sort of saved them going to jail. Right. And this whole thing got deemed an accident because that's what happened. It's been a year now, and they found no foul play. It's just a tragic accident.
Yeah, the tragic accident. The guy Mefi Tuimaulunga lost his life, but what gets me is like how they can detail the fact that they just stood, tried to look, and then left. Obviously, he went and had a sleep or whatever. He got up and then went back. At no point did they try to ring. Say, for example, my phone's flat. And he's like, we'll go home and charge it then. We went to my house, charged my phone, fell asleep, woke up. While I've got my phone in my hand, walk back down to the scene, and then try to carry on searching. And then decided to ring. It's like, bro, that's sus, man. Because there's no, like, what if those two got into it? What if one of the three of us got into it? Foul play happened. You couldn't say, right? And the coroner's come back with that explanation for the family. It was an accident. But knowing all the other information like, surely there's a punishment. Something happens to these guys, man. Like, the fact that they chose to ignore it, it's like...
Well, they ignored the sign. The sign said don't go in there.
Yeah.
It was fenced off.
Yeah, and it's fenced off.
I was like, what was this world coming to, man? Oh, no, not the way. We'll just wait for his missus to go looking for him, asking all that stuff, and then we'll say what happened. Like, hey, that's like a bad decision, man. Poor judgment, man. But rest in peace to that guy.
Yeah. Another sad story. Next up, boys, we got Memory Lane. So, Filippo came on the Facebook page and posted up a question. What was a fact you were told as a kid that turned out to be a lie when you grew up? For Filippo, it was that he was a fast runner. and shout outs to Jeff, who came on the comments and said his one was he was handsome. So start with you, Eddie. Was there anything that you were told that wasn't a lie?
Man, like there's heaps where like swallowing chewing gum, like it'll stay in your stomach for ages, but it passes through normally apparently. Cracking your knuckles will cause arthritis, but there's no links. Yeah. The two ones that's like for me that like I remember as a kid was I remember mum saying like when the ice cream truck plays this music, that means it's empty.
Oh,
They play the music so the kids can yeah. And the best one was you know when your auntie or your uncle visits and they give you the $20 or the $10 and your mum and dad will go, hey, give it to me, I'll look after it. And when you need it you can buy something. We all have that traumas. We all got it. But yeah, those are my two main ones. Was the ice cream truck and the coupe from your rallies. How about you guys?
Mine's tough, bro, because my mum was superstitious as fuck, bro.
Oh,
Towels, like the towel over the mirror, stuff like that.
yeah.
And then it went from the towel over the mirror to over the doors. But it was the bouncing the ball at night, man. You know? Bouncing the ball and vacuuming at night. All of that stuff, bro. My mum be like, Shay, what are you doing? But like, it wasn't the slow moving. It was the quick to pull the plug out of the wall. It was the quick to like quickly grab something to make me stop bouncing the ball. Like that I used to get freaked out over. Like him, she told me like, hey, you're gonna wake up the ghosts. But that's one of those, it wasn't a lie. Shit, bro, I believe in it now. Like I'm at that point now. Especially when my nephews come over and just bounce the ball in the house. Not because it's stupid. Like, why are you bouncing the ball inside the house? But I'm like, oh, do you want to wake the ghosts up? But I'm like, dead straight looking at them. Do you want to wake the ghosts up? Like, you know, you fucking wake the ghosts up in your own house. But yeah, man, stuff like that. It's probably one that's probably the worstest that I fully, like it was the toilet seat. Like if I left the toilet seat up, mum go, hey, you leave the toilet seat up, the snake's gonna come out through the thing. It wasn't until I started seeing it, man. You know what I mean? But there's no snakes in New Zealand. But yeah, bro, my mum told me that. Hey, make sure you put the toilet seat down. Like, why? So the snake. There's no snakes in New Zealand, mum. It's only in American. Only in Australia. But yeah, that one. That's probably the scariest one. So, hey, yeah, especially when you leave the toilet seat up, hey. Snake won't come. But you can.
Man, I remember this one came from school teachers, man. I remember Ranui Primary, like, you know the train tracks at Ranui Station Road?
Books Road, yeah.
On the Books Road. Like, there was no fence at that time. It was just grass and just the tracks, and that's it, right? So apparently kids play on that, like after school. So because there was a safety thing, there was I think someone had to tell the teachers to tell all the students at our school. So this was back in the 80s in primary school, and I remember our principal, she came up in assembly and issued a warning to all the kids. And I remember this because she goes, if any kids are caught playing on the train tracks, yep, we're going to grab you, we're going to lie you down on the train track, and when the train comes, we're going to run you over.
Whoa, certainly.
Honest, man. And I was like, and that just scared the hell out of me, scared all the kids. And it probably worked, man. But that was the 80s. That was the tactics, back then and later. Like.
Yeah. Perfect.
There's no filter tactics, But that was the one I remember. But there was heaps, man. Like, even the Samoan stuff, like when you get a bee sting, the best thing is to piss on it. You have to piss on your bee sting. But yeah. Nah, that was good memory.
Yeah, it was good
memory. Things, man.
Yo.
I gotta say, some of those things you can't say to kids these days, Like, no teacher's allowed to say that to kids these days.
Hey, tie you down. But what's it? You gonna say who the teacher was?
Miss James.
Miss James, man.
Miss James. To be honest, she's probably passed away now. She was old back then. But, yeah. Sweet boys, that's us. I think for another episode. Some last words. Scary Eddie.
Oh man, my last words. I saw this on Facebook somewhere, but arguing with a fool proves there are two, and that stuck with me. Yeah, like if you see the arguments going nowhere, bro, just walk away. So that's the my last words for this week. But there was a crack up last words after that. When I looked at it, it's like it says a cat that dreams of becoming a lion must lose the appetite for rats. So I'll leave that for the audience. Yo, Seki.
Nice one. My last words comes from one of the bros, Tim. So you've heard me mention Tim, bro. He talks mean boxing talk in the shop. But my last words comes from him, and it's for parents. And he goes, "You will never look back on life and think I spent too much time with my kids. Spend the time, make the memories. You'll be happy you did." So yeah, shout out to Tim for that one. Yeah, bro. That pretty much sums up my last words.
Yo,
You know,
sick.
it's getting late and I love it.
Shoutouts.
Sure, boys. Since it was Martin Luther King Day last week, he said a quote that's pretty interesting. If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. So that speaks to doing baby steps there. Baby
Yeah.
steps. Do baby steps. See the big picture, but just chip at it with great things if you can't do the whole thing. But nah, man, thanks boys for jumping on. Another episode in the books. 4th episode of the year.
Dope.
We'll keep them rolling. Yeah, man. If anyone out there wanna send us a message or give us some Q&As, you want to talk about it on the podcast, you can actually email us. So email us at weswesnet@gmail.com. And yeah, just send your questions, and we'll do our best to answer. Okay, boys, have a safe week. Let's get the fuck out of here.